In a land also far away, there lived the king, whom with so much skill and detail carved the sky, placed it in between heaven and earth, set in space, moon and stars, and then he smiled, because these were good. So this king filled cracks of the earth with water, made oceans vast and wide, steaming with life of every kind. See, mountains rose and valleys sank, rivers flow but never beyond where its boundaries at. Fountains fall from cracks of rocks, lightning struck at the sound of his voice. So this king is God, who clothes the grass with beauty, birds with color, and lions with honor. Yet again he smiled, because these were good, perfect, but never complete. And so with his holy hands he took up D-U-S-T, hear me, D-U-S-T from the soil, stylishly in all artistic designs, carefully in all wisdom in mind, with his eternal breath of life. He wiped away the D and the T, and he was left with us. And then he smiled, because these were good, perfect and complete for all time. See, these were the days before we were cursed, when wolves and lambs cohabit, cows and lions together could feast, snakes and bulls were pets, cubs and calves were pals, and the little child led them all. These were the days when nothing hot on the face of the earth, the days before we were cursed. We were like God in every form, so we were flawless, made in his own very image and likeness, righteously lifted above creation, and angels asking questions. What is man that you're so mindful of? These were the days when we were proud of being humans. The days when fear and death were out of the picture, and we, the saints of scripture, with eternal ink the creator script us, the sculptor sculpt us perfectly and complete. These were the days before the destructive impurity sets in. Sin had a form of evil, engraved in gold, one big tasty bite of deception, and we were doomed. See, just like that the eternal breath of life, just like that the eternal breath of life snuffed out of so we were dead, empty and formless, blind and homeless, our hearts swallowed up in darkness. This time it was the spirit of the devil hovering the atmosphere of our minds. Like spiders, we were caught in his web. Chris was right, we were zombies with no hope of an antidote. This disease swept across the lands, we were left in oblivion, and each time the creator stretched to help unconsciously. In rebellion we built walls to block his hands, because we were controlled to think evil, lost the malice amongst our own people. Soon we became feeble, and our hearts sprinkled up with hate towards the very God who took up dust from the soil and made us out of his love. See, these were the days when we became ashamed of being humans. The days when demons feast on our fears for breakfast, weakness for dinner, when the earth could quake in hate, rivers learned to swallow, beasts to kill, scorpion stings, cities were stoned. What was supposed to be king became slaves in the very home they own. These are the days when I became tired of being a man. The days when war was hobby, killings were games, when a child could look straight at his father's face and into his mother's eyes with lust burning cold. These are the days when life became dead, death sprung to life, everything became upside down. So the day I stopped being a man was the day God stepped down from holiness, humbled himself to become a man like us, because only as a man could he save the entire human race from this curse. So the day I stopped being a man was the day I saw God step down from holiness, humbled himself to become a man like us. So the day I stopped being a man was the day I saw God dressed in the fashion of man, completely clothed with shame, weakness for shoe, cost for tar, sin was a suit, and around his waist a belt of guilt and condemnation. This is true because he wore thorns for crowns, nails were his cufflinks, and its designer was death, with whips that scourged and ripped his skin. For these you were healed, and as he walked the street to the very cross of beauty, was ridiculed and spat upon. A man of sorrow, acquainted with deepest grief, but recognized by a few, despised by all, because if they knew who he was, they would bow. But fortunately, with veils and scales in their eyes, they couldn't see, so ignorantly they carried out his plans by letting him to die, and after that, lifelessly, he was laid in the tomb. And so the curtains were closed. Everybody can now go home, because we lost the battle. So the king who stepped down to save his kind died like a thief in the tomb. Now the story's over. But see, they didn't understand that death was part of this king's plan, and that the tomb was his dressing room where he took off all of his old costumes, and to death he became immune, now clothed with glory, so we could see that he was the God behind the mask of a man, that he was true and able to redeem the ones he chose. That day I realized that once the perfect man dies, And the cause was finally satisfied. And the good news is this: when he died, I died too. When he was laid in the tomb, I was dead too. When he rose to life, I did too. Finally, things will return to the ways they were originally supposed to. We would be the ones all of creations would bow to, and boldly to the throne of grace we can walk to. So the day I stopped being a man was the day I gave up on poor, filthy, wretched and broken me. With hands lifted high, I skydived into this ocean, steaming with perfect life. Christ, so his arms are open wide, stretched and curved towards you. And through scripture's pages as I read through, I came to realize soon that we were casting the prodigal story too, and that the ring, the feast, and the loving Father, these were true too. To this part of life we are presently stand, you can come to, or you could choose to ignore this love, walk past it like something you never saw, and by fury and fire get consumed. See, heaven is real, so is hell too. So take confidence off your eyes, let Christ restore your sight. See how much he loves you with all his might. So get up that sycamore tree, so you can seek him more. See, Christ died so abundant life we can have. Give him back your life, so you can live, because our lives truly begin the day we choose to die. And I'm inviting someone here today to die. I mean it literally. I'm inviting someone here today to die, because your life will never find purpose if you don't bury it with Christ. And nothing comes to life unless it's dead. Ask the plants.
Wow.
Thank you for viewing our video. We're sure you were blessed and enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you.